I am Camille Friend, Oscar-nominated hairstylist, department head hairstylist, and I work in the film industry. I grew up in the salon. You had to make sure that you were sweeping up hair, you were taking out rollers, you were doing all the activities that happens in the salon in order for at the end of the night that you got your hair done. So you had to work for your keep in order to get your hair done. So definitely my family has been a great resource for me. Working in the salon, working with my Uncle Robert Wesson, God bless his soul. He was somebody who really showed me a lot of love. Also, my Aunt Elizabeth, she did hair into her 90s. So I envision I'll be that 90-year-old woman in my studio, so coloring and doing my friend's hair. I actually started out, which a lot of people don't know, I started out as an extensionist. So for 10 years, that's all I did was extensions. And then I transitioned more into a cutter and then a colorist. My foundation is what really helps me that works in the industry, because you kind of have to be a jack of all trades. You got to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I always say that my career this is God's plan, and I am just the person that gets to execute it and have the opportunity.
3, 2, 1.
So when I wanted to do Dreamgirls, I didn't have the resume, I didn't have the cachet, I had nothing when it was going towards Dreamgirls. But I met a friend of mine, his name is Tim. We started working the project from the outside. So I just kept working and working and working the process. I was doing a movie in San Francisco, so I was flying myself back to LA on my dime to come back and to do the auditions for Dreamgirls.
New wigs, the expensive kind.
They started calling me a little bit. Can you do the camera test over here? Can you do the camera test over there? And I just kept working it. I never knew that I had the job. And at the very end of the auditions, they asked me, do you want to do this movie? And I was blown away. And the moral of that is, what God wants for you, nobody can stop. It's a 3-part fold. So, you go into a project and you are first starting with the script. So the script is what we're calling the Bible of the movie. It's gonna lay out what some of the looks are. And then the second thing you have is you're working with your director and the studio. So you have those people that you have to satisfy what they need. And then the last part of it really is your actor. So, looking at who your actor is. So when I go into designing characters, I always think about a couple of things first. I think about who the person is, who is this character, what is their social economic status, what is their facial shape, what is their skin tone. All those things go into what you're gonna put into the character. Creativity is everything in what I do. I've been really fortunate to work on projects that lend themselves to creativity, and the sky is the limit. On the last Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, we had a big challenge, and that was water. We had a big learning curve as the hair department in, how the hair was going to flow. Especially, we found out on one of the first test days, we had product in the hair. And as soon as everybody jumped in the water, there was big clouds of product, white product coming off of their heads. It was hilarious. So we knew after that test, we can't put so much product in the hair. It's always great to have tests and trial and error. And these are things as you go along, you just figure out. And one thing great, now I know for the next movie that has water, the things to do and not to do. I love that it's a Black-owned company. They've been around forever, and the quality of their product has stayed the same for 30 years. So my holy grail out of design essentials is the almond and avocado mousse. That mousse, let me tell you, I love it. I buy 3 bottles at a time. It's something that I've used ever since it came out, and I still use it today. I love that you can curl with it, you can wrap with it, you can finger wave with it. And also, one of my favorite things to do with it is on guys' hair, I love to take the sponge and I like to sponge with it because it really helps hold the hair together, and it's not too dry, and it has a great shine. It's one of those things, like, I use it on all type of hair textures, and it's one of my favorite products. Education is everything, and to change the industry, it's an inside job. So I feel like educating not only hairstylists, makeup artists, barbers, but also educating producers. Teaching through my company, Hair Scholars, having the opportunity to educate studio heads about hair texture, which I do. I give classes to them. I think it's just an inside job on making the industry better.